Hello everybody, this is Grant, my son is the Collector 75, and welcome to my first actual new review of 2019. I've been doing, well, the videos that have been uploading, I actually made a while ago. So this is my first actual new video, and this is part of my actual Christmas haul. I was going to do a Christmas haul video, but I just never seem to be in the mood to do it, and by the time that I'm like now that I actually am in the mood to do a video, yeah, I just well, put everything away now, and now some bits I can't even remember what I got, if you know what I mean. So I thought, well, I'll just do certain bits from it. And now I really did want to do a video on this. This is the Beast Wars Transformers Mutating card game from about 1996, 97, give or take. And I've been after this for so long. I remember when I first saw this. I first saw this on a pamphlet newsletter from, I think it was Transmasters, or whatever it was, back in the day, about 97-ish, give or take. And it was sort of showcasing some of the new Beast Wars figures that were coming out, like literally Buzzsaw. Usually, I think like the second wave, like they included like Black Arachnia and what have you. And another one that they were featured on this little pamphlet, I've still got it somewhere, was this. And it just had the picture, and that was it. And like a black and white picture that they'd cobbled off the early internet as it was back then. And I thought, I saw it and I thought, wow, I'd love to get that. But at the time, there was no eBay. So trying to get things was a bit hard. I mean, I've probably got into it before, how I used to get my Beast Wars figures. But this one never turned up. And then it's one of those things you sort of think, oh yeah, I'd love to get that, but you forget about it, don't you? And it's only that I was idly on eBay and I thought I'd have a quick look for it, or I just happened to see it, or it come up in my sort of like recommended search, things that I might like or something like that. I can't remember. If I'm honest, I think I did a search for it, if I'm honest. And it was there, and it was reasonably priced. It was about £15 plus postage, so it was about £20 all in, give or take. And I got it, and I thought to myself, maybe this would be a great Christmas present. So I asked my wife if she'd like to give me the money and she can give it to me for Christmas, and she was happy to do so. So this ended up being one of my Christmas presents, and I was so looking forward to getting this. As you can tell, I'm a big Beast Wars fan. I know some people out there don't like Beast Wars for whatever reason. I suppose for whatever reason people don't like the Bay movies and what have you. It's just not their interpretation of Transformers. Now, for me, I'm very easygoing on my Transformers, apart from maybe Transformers Armada, which I really don't like. There were some terrible toys, and the animation was terrible. Whereas there were some terrible toys in Beast Wars, but there were some great toys, but I loved the animation, so it was like 2 out of 3. That's usually what counts for me. So anyway, so let's have a look into it. So this is the front of the box, and you can see T-Rex, Megatron there, and Optimus Primal. You can see the usual sort of like scaly background there with the Beast Wars logo. And this is made by Parker Brothers. Now, I'm sure Parker Brothers used to do some classic games back in the 80s, probably 90s. I don't know if they're still around today. If they are, they may have been bought out by someone else, like probably Hasbro or someone. I'm trying to think of a game that they actually made. I don't know why, but Monopolies come to mind, but I'm not sure they actually made Monopoly back in the day. I have no idea, I can't remember. But I've definitely seen them before. I'm sure actually some of them were on bloody Atari 2600 games, but I could be wrong there. So there's the side of the box. Again, you got the nice eye and everything. I do like the back of the lot. Actually like this box. And then we come to the back of the box, and here we have everything we're going to get in this. We've got the little blurb there. If you pause it, you can read it. Let's have a look. What's this? Energon or mutate your beast into a more powerful robot says you battle to be the first to capture your enemy's warriors or drive them over the mountain's edge. No idea what that means. But there's the little game. And it reminds me of, now I haven't actually read the rules to this game, but it kind of reminds me of a weird version of Top Trumps. Like, I think one person's obviously over here and then the other person's over here, and you have your cards and then you move them here and you pick cards off this deck. And then you got mutates, you turn your card over to either beast or robot form, and then again you'd use the sort of like the numbers here and you pick one maybe, I don't know. And you know, and it's like a bit like Top Trumps, isn't it? far as I can see. But let's have a look at the actual game. Let's get the box off it. We'll sort of prop that over there if it'll stand up, which it's not gonna, is it? No, you don't want to. No, you don't want to do. So I'll have to prop it up like that. So anyway, inside we get this lovely playing thing. Now this was missing a piece, which is probably why it was the price it was, but luckily it's not an important piece. We got our instructions. Here we go. It's War, Beast Wars. Use battle cards and secret weapon, Energon, and mutate battle cards as you and your opponent fight to control the universe. And then we've got everything, if I can get the glare off it there. We've got everything that it contains. Before you start your first game, spread out all the cards and study them. See about the cards on pages 3 to 4. As you can see, it's all more stuff about the things and everything. And there, if you want to read the rules, I'm going to try and get it so you can actually see it, and then you can pause it. And you'll probably have a better understanding of how this game works than I do, because I haven't read the rules yet. But there's some classic things in this game, right? So we're going to close this back up. I think that would be the front, wouldn't you? Yeah, there you go. It's got to be in it. So there's some more the cards and everything, but let's have a look inside. Now then we get our cards here. Now this is our battle deck. They're sort of spread out. I should get like an elastic band to put those on. Just put those down here for a minute. We'll come and have a look at the cards in a moment. And so then we get our plastic trays that are going to form each end of the battle deck and everything like that. They're going to be like that. We're going to assemble it. One, because I don't know how, and it's supposed to come with, this is what the piece it's missing. It's supposed to come with 2 of these, which is kind of cool, I like that. And it sort of fits, I did try assembling this the other day and it didn't really want to work. I think it sort of goes like that and just holds them together. And you're supposed to have the one this side and one the other side, but it's missing one. Not that it's that important, so you can sort of live without it really. So there is that. We're going to put that bit down there. We're just going to move this tray out the way without me knocking down my sophisticated lighting setup. If you see my other videos, you can usually tell what sort of lighting setup I've got. Anyway, right, so let's come to the battle cards first. I do like the battle cards because they have all the little scale effect there. I do like it. Let's get them into focus over here somewhere, because that's where I've got the focus center. That's why sometimes it's a little bit out of focus when I move stuff around, because the autofocus on this camera is a hell of annoying. It tries to refocus every 2 seconds. And so it's moving in and out all the time, and it's so annoying. So I just center it on the center and then hope for the best. So yeah, so they're all like that. So let's actually turn them around. We'll have a look. We got mutate. This means obviously if you pull that one out, you transform your card into robot or beast mode. You've got Energon. I suppose that gives you an extra health point, like to add it to your score or something. You've got another mutate here. I don't think the colours would mean a lot. We've got some of those, which you'd have to look in instructions to see what that is. You've got secret weapon. I suppose if you're using a secret weapon, you add 2 to your score. And so forth. These are pretty self-explanatory. I'm trying to get the glare off from there. And you've got Energon +1 and everything like that. Right, so you've got Mutate and you've got Energon. Yeah, that's it. So that's all the battle cards. We'll pop those over there. Now, let's have a look at the actual character cards. Now, obviously, I'm not totally sure on how you play this game yet. So I'm assuming you use all of the Maximal and all the Predacon teams. So we're going to look at the Maximals first. And we've got Rat Trap. There he is with his artwork that was on the toy. And then you've got this other one of just a rat. And you can look at his stats and everything there. He's pretty low. We've got Baboom, who is probably one of my really least favourite Beast Wars toys of all time. He's pretty damn terrible, if you want my opinion. Yeah, not one of my favourites. In fact, I transformed him once, and that was it. So that was about 20 years ago. Yeah, he's a baboon, as you can tell by the name. Highly imaginative, that one. We've got Air Razor. A fairly good toy, this one. Simple, basic, does the job, if you want my opinion. And she turns into a hawk, I think, or a falcon, something like that. Then we've got Razor Beast. Kind of shame this guy weren't in the TV series, really, because he seems kind of cool. I don't know why. He was in the Beast Wars comics from IDW, wherever it was. We've got Wolfang. He's all right. He's not a bad toy. He was repurposed a few times for like Canine and then like the Beast Wars Japanese ones, the Cyber Beasts and everything. Yeah, he's all right. Not too bad. And we've got Polar Claw. He's all right. Don't mind that toy at all. He comes with like a little bit like the old Scorponok where he used to have his Cyber V. He comes with like a weird bat thing. Then we've got Tigertron. Now I love how he's depicted here on this picture. This is the picture of the artwork of the toy. Well, obviously in the TV series, he was never had this mutant. Well, they never used the mutant heads in the TV series. That was probably a little bit too bizarre, if you want my opinion. So he's always looks completely different throughout the toy. Mind you, that happens with another figure, but I'll come to that in a minute. Now we got the Dinobot Maximal there. I love it how he's got Grimlock's head. That is kind of cool. Yeah, so you can tell who they were going for with Dinobot. Then we've got, who is this? Rhinox. I love how the artwork on here, obviously these are all the robots are off the toys, uses the mutant head, which they never used in the TV show. He's all right, mid-range character, I suppose. And then we've got Armadillo. Yeah, he's okay for a basic toy, I suppose. He turns into an armadillo, believe it or not. And then we got Optimus Primal. Don't know why he's before Cheetor. I don't know. We've got, oh, look at this. He's all 10s. I bet you, right, Megatron, when we get to him, he's all 10s apart from probably one, probably Speed. That's like a stupid number. Because you've always in Top Trumps, you always get one card that's really good, then you get another card that's really good, almost as good, but it's always just low. One number is lower. You always get that. So there we go. There's Optimus Primal. He turns into a gorilla, not a truck. And of course we have Cheetor, another highly favourite character from the TV show. He was alright, a bit annoying sometimes. And he turns into, can you guess? Yes, of course he turns into a cheetah. Right, so there's the Maximal cards. Let's have a shifty at the Predacon cards. We've got Buzzsaw. Now, I remember when I bought Buzzsaw a long time ago from my shop in Shepperton. Nice little figure, that. Obviously a repaint of Waspinator. I'm just going to readjust my... Actually, no, I'll be right. I was gonna readjust my camera, but there's no need because obviously we're down here looking at these cards now. Yes, obviously a repurpose there of Waspinator. Then we come to Tarantulas. Now I love the artwork on here for Tarantulas, and I'm certain I don't know if anyone's ever corrected me, but I'm sure Tarantulas was actually the first official proper Transformer that we got of a spider. Which, when you think about it, I thought a spider would be such a cool Transformer to have. I mean, we had a Scorpion who's kind of, you know, a bit the same because obviously there's an arachnid, but, you know, he's cool. Now, if you read his bio off the original toy, it says that he's a ninja and stuff like that. And if you read the like I say again, the bios off the toys, it sounds like the beast was actually set on present-day Earth rather than back in the prehistoric age. So that, as you can tell, where they sort of then jumped it from the next wave of toys to actually more coincide with the TV series, which is kind of cool. But then left, obviously, the original bios a bit defunct, really. But there we go. We come to another one. He was a cool character, Scorponok, blindly loyal to Megatron. He turns into a scorpion. And then we got Pterosaur, who was the Starscream of the Beast Wars, always trying to usurp Megatron. He turns into a pterodactyl. Oh, God, he's dropped down here somewhere. Hold on. Give me a second. I've got it. I cut my nails earlier, so I can't really figure it out. Right, so there we are. Put him over there. And then we've got Snapper. Now, he looks like a really cool dude. He's all right. He turns into a turtle. Sound like that. Now we come to one of my favourite characters in Beast Wars. This was Inferno, and the toy was actually pretty cool as well. It had a few minor issues here and there, but... oh man, what a character he was on the TV show. This guy made the TV show for me, because when I first started watching it, I think I watched like the first 2 or 3 episodes because it was only on very rarely on normal telly. And then on normal telly, for some reason, it jumped because the rest of the episodes decided to put on like ITV2, which was like at the time a digital channel. That was when digital TV was very new. So, you know, you only had it if you had a subscription to like Sky, and at the time we didn't. So I couldn't get ITV2. And then by the time Christmas come around, when the specials were back on, and I'm drivelling on, but this is what I do. Yes, when the specials were back on, they ended up with the last 2 episodes of season 1. So, and he was in it, and oh my God, he was great. Actually, no, I think I watched the start of season 2 before I actually watched the end of series 1. So I sort of knew Optimus Primal was going to kick the bucket, so to speak. But in that first episode of series 2, I loved Inferno. He was just incredibly dead hard. He turns into a fire ant. And then we're going to come to another favourite of mine. I don't know why people don't like this toy, but I love it. This is Transketo. And he looks a bit of a wreck of a character, but at the same time, that makes him just look deadly and repulsive. And I love it. I do love it. I even love the third mode, which turns into a weird mosquito monster type thing. Yeah, love it. Now it's got the back. He turns into a mosquito. Now my son, for some reason, had this weird fixation with mosquitoes, so I better not show him that one. And then we got Iguanus. Yep, he turns into an iguana. And then we've got Insecticon, along with Dinobot. Yeah, some of the names weren't that original. Believe it or not, he turns into a stag beetle, I think that is. Yep. And then we come to Black Arachnia. Now, I remember I got Black Arachnia before I got Tarantulas, and I didn't realise at the time that it was a female character. So I was quite happy to get that one, because I thought, wow, look at that one. You know, it's pretty cool. And then the TV show, it was even better. So I'm glad I got it, because then she came very hard to get and very expensive on the secondary market. Like when eBay first started up, you try and get yourself a Black Arachnia, ooh, you was looking at big money. And lo and behold, we come to Megatron, and he turns into a T-Rex, of course. He doesn't use his crocodile form in this game. That was quickly forgotten about, which is always a bit strange and a bit odd. But he was a great T-Rex. And of course, like I just said, the numbers here, yeah, one number just below the tens. They always do it on Top Trumps. Obviously, they're all different for his beast mode. You know, I can't remember what Optimus Primal's was now, but we'll have a look at that in a second. I'll keep him out. And then we're going to come to the comic relief character of Beast Wars, which was Waspinator. Now, his gimmick was always getting blown up and literally surviving. He could survive. He survived so many explosions, decapitations, mutilations, and yeah, always loved it right up until that final episode where he just said enough's enough. Great character. I loved Waspinator, and I love the way he transformed, because if you remember G1, they all had that same sort of noise, the iconic classic transformation sound. But in Beast Wars, they all sort of had different sort of noises that when they transformed. This guy always sounded like knives being sharpened, and I loved that. So he was pretty cool and pretty manic character. Right, so we're just going to put those away over here, and we're going to try and find our Optimus Primal card. And now we're going to have a quick look and see who would win. So obviously here we have Megatron, and there's Optimus Primal. As you can see, Optimus Primal is all 10s. Megatron has that 1 on intelligence at 9. Oh, come on. He should have been a speed or something, because his intelligence, he was always coming up with plots to, you know, unravel time and these aliens and everything like that. So I think they've picked the wrong one there. But let's flip them over and see how their beast modes compare. Now, Megatron is actually superior on his beast mode, and to be honest, I think so too. Why his intelligence has dropped to an 8 for a beast mode? That's a bit odd, isn't it? You think it would... Oh, I'm not going to get into it. Anyway, right, so that has been my review of this Transformers Beast Wars Mutating card game. And it's been something that I've been after. I'll probably never play it, but it's something that I've always wanted. Along with, I'll tell you what this reminds me of, right? It's something that I've always wanted. I used to play years ago in my first Transformers annual that I bought when I was like about 10. In the middle of the centre pages, as annuals used to do back in the day. It used to have loads of games in it as well as story and everything. There used to be a game right in the centre called the Hexagonal Attack, and it was a very simple game. You just roll a dice, and so obviously a hexagon, sure it's a hexagon. You got 6 sides on a hexagon, so not only did your dice represent how far you moved or something like that, but also represented like you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, so whatever it is. And so 6 would make you go that way, or 1 that way, stuff like that. And you had to move around this board trying to get to Castle Decepticon. And me and my brother loved playing that. We played that for ages. Just a simple game, and it just reminds me of that. That's why I like collecting these sort of games. Though I've actually been getting the new Transformers collectible card game. Not on any serious level, just because I like collecting odd stuff. So I'm going to get it if I see bits cheap. Like I've got the starter set, and I've got the Metroplex, and I bought a few other little starter packs and everything. But I'm not going to go crazy like you see them on eBay, like people trying to sell the actual individual cards, like 10 quid and stuff. Don't even see the point in that. Anyway, this has been Graham, the Collect 75. I shall see you all next time. I hope you like this video. I'm going to try and do a few more today. I've got another one literally at the side of the table, which I'm going to do in a minute. But I hope you liked it. It's been quite fun. I've enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it too. I shall see you all next time. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all the other stuff. Yeah. Bye for now.